All right, all right. Let's start off by saying all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS that's taught me this truth. And Shadawan to the Akim that's believing this truth, pushing this truth through the four winds of the earth. And Shadawan to you, very few Aqua that's listening and learning. It's your brother Armand out of Jacksonville, Florida. Coming back, Lord willing, with an edifying video. So, as you see on the screen, and as you see in the title, says "Hell is not real." Hashtag stop it, get some help, right? And this was pretty much inspired this past week, last week. Dealing with my sidebar, dealing with my mom. My mom is she's not doing good right now. She's battling with what is it? She's battling with stage 4 lung cancer, and what else? Diabetes type 2, and then she's battling with also high blood pressure. So, just trying to spend time with her as much as I can, because you know, only the Lord have the last say so at the end of the day. But from the looks of it, it looks like she's in her final stage. But pretty much, family was there because we had to rush her to the hospital, and the family was there, and got to talk with the family for about 2 hours about the truth, which was beautiful. And then all these questions came up, and I was able to go to scriptures and show, this and that, which was beautiful. But this is one of the biggest hold on 2/3 Jakes, this right here. So I was able to go into a couple of scriptures, but not all because of the timing. So I said, Lord willing, I'm able to do a video, especially if like any newbies come by on the channel. Lord willing, I'll be able to do a video. But yes, as you see in my title, it says "Hell is not real." Hashtag stop it, get some help. Now I know we got gonna have some people on the come across the channel, and they're gonna have. Let me get it right quick. I just want to start adding this. Hold on. They're gonna be like this.
Stop it. Get some help.
What? Hey, that's what they're gonna be like. Let me get one more. They're gonna hear what I just said, or they're gonna read the title. This for the newbies that come on the channel. They're gonna be blown away. Let me get this one too.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
That's a
what?
That's what the newbie's gonna say. But anyway, let's just jump right into it. So matter of fact, I'm gonna start off by getting this video that I found, and it was beautiful. Let me get this video, and I'll just play it. Shalom to all the Akim and the Aqua that's on the comment board. Those are going to watch the video afterwards. But jump right into it. This guy here, I was looking for it on Google, how, you can explain the Catholic churches and how they, pretty much doctrinate that hell thing. They the one that pushed that. And then, the Baptist churches and all these different type of denominations took it and ran with it. And it's been just pushing that fear on our people for the longest. But, now that stuff is breaking off, because our people are waking up. But anyway, this guy here, I came across his channel when I was looking it up, and he says some pretty good stuff. But Jake I will give this disclaimer: Jake is bugged out because he into like the universe and all these. It's not like he been reading the Book of Enoch and African spirituality. So don't go on his channel if you new into this truth. I'm just using this for edification purpose. But anyway, let's go right into it.
Traditionally, most of us that were Christian have been taught many things that are not biblical. Okay, so we got to separate two ideas here. So we have a tradition that Christianity has taught us in a lot of areas, but when it comes to actual biblical teachings, it is not. Okay, and they strayed from a lot of that, from a lot of times. So the ideas of heaven and hell are traditions taught to us, and we've accepted those without question and on faith. But the facts are that what we've been traditionally taught are not the truth, nor contained in the official documents of the original governing body of Christianity, which is the Catholic Church, where if everybody in the world that is Christian has a lineage to link back to the Catholic Church from the beginning, because that's where Christianity started. Okay, so again, traditions and the actual what is actually written and taught in the Bible are two different things. Okay, and we'll see that today. So Christianity has traditionally taught that hell is an eternal place of fiery torment for souls. Okay, that's what they have taught. But that in actuality does not exist. And not only that, the
Jorge has always put the
Like it for the commercials.
in their official catechism says that hell is not a place. Okay, so where did the idea of hell originate? And I'm giving you a quote from a book called The Teachings of Jesus, or The Teaching of Jesus. And this by the author Samuel G. Dawson. And he says,
"Hey, family.
Suspect that Augustine differed more widely from Origen, which was another Christian father, and the Alexandrians, which was the Eastern Church, than his intolerant spirit. Even Tertullian conceded to all the right of opinion." Okay, so hell came about through St. Augustine. So one of the popes, St. Augustine. So the Catholic Church, where did they get this idea that we got of hell today, of a place of damnation and eternal torment? Where did that idea first come about? And the Catholic Church got this idea from the Italian poet named Dante Alighieri, okay, from his poem called The Inferno, where he describes different levels of hell. So in other words, he made it up. He came up with this idea, and the Catholic Church has basically said, that's pretty good. We can scare the hell out of people here, or scare the hell into people, okay? And then they used this idea and put it into place for the traditional way that they have taught us about hell, okay? So they took it, so this guy came up with an idea, Dante Alighieri, in his poem called The Inferno, and the Catholic Church basically took those ideas and came up with their Christian doctrines about hell. But again, it's tradition, it's not biblical, okay? You can check this for yourself. But the official church documents, the Bible and the Catechism, and the Catechism is in book form, the beliefs of the Catholic faithful, and the Bible and the Catechism tell us two different stories from tradition, what we've traditionally been taught, and then what actually is, okay? So now get this. 2 of the last 3 popes have said that hell is not a place. I'll repeat that. 2 of the last 3 have said that hell is not a place. They seem to want to tell the truth, but then they had to backtrack because the organization, the Catholic organization of the Catholic Church, had to put out an official word that basically said, oh, no, they didn't mean that. They didn't mean to say that. And they made them backtrack on those statements, okay? So John Paul II in 1999 and Pope Francis in 2018 basically said that hell is not a place. It doesn't exist. So the hellfire and damnation doesn't exist. And in 1999, the New York Times wrote an article, and I'll put this link in the video description later. But the Catholic Church,
in that article, I had to go find it, but I found it. Let me get it. Let me get it. Hold on. It's right here. Hell is getting a makeover from Catholics. Jesus called it a painful state, but not a sulfurous place. Not a sulfurous place. So this is that article, and you can go look this up. What is this on the New York Times on Google? And I'm gonna just jump. You know, it's talking about exactly what he's going into, the Dantel person in his painting. And if you go, I'm just jump right to it. It says it right here. Hell is not a place, but a state, a person's state of being in which a person suffers from, you know, see, the deprivations of God. Right. So, you know, Lord willing, I came across it and I was like, man, this would be good, you know, to use and, you know, put in the video. And I was like, well, let's go into it. So, once again, and I think that's enough of that video, but I'm gonna just go, let's hit these precepts because I didn't want to make this video too long. So let's just hit these precepts because this is try to explain to our people. Let's see, what is this? That's what I want. Let's get this almost. Should be in order. Right here. Let's get this. Romans 15:4, Good News Translation. It says, everything written in the scriptures was written to teach us in order that we might have hope through the patience of encouragement, which the scriptures give us. Right. These scriptures. And when you read it in the King James, matter of fact, I just get it in the King James as well. What's this going into? It says, for whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope. So that's what these scriptures are for, you know, to you know, give us the remembrance of how we were, how we went about doing things. That's the importance of reading and seeking out the truth and studying, showing yourself that, you know, that you can, you know, get that approval from Yahweh Shai to open up your understanding, to give you more. That's the whole purpose of these scriptures. Everything was written just for the times that we're even in now. Because if we didn't have this history, which is the Bible, if we didn't have this, we wouldn't know. And remember, it's been hidden from us. The way that they broke the scriptures down. Remember, these churches have did a really amazing job, and I mean that sarcastically, but a really amazing job, right? With the help of Esau, which is a so-called white man, brainwashing our people. And a lot of our people, they sit in those churches and they listen to those pastors, but they won't go read. So let me get that too. And then we're going to jump right into these precepts, backing up everything he said. Let me get it. Hosea 4:6. It says, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge. I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy God. I will also forget thy children. Right. So since you're not seeking out knowledge, that's 2/3 Jakes. You don't understand, you know, because like I said, 2/3 on this end, majority of them believe that when you die, if you've been sinning, you go to hell. You're going to be burning in eternity. This is what I was dealing with last week at my family's house, you know, when it comes down to my mom and her sickness. And they was swearing up and down that, oh, hell is all throughout the scriptures. You're going to burn. It's going to be mashing of the teeth. And I'm like, how you going to have teeth in hell? How you going to have teeth mashing in hell? What that don't even make sense, you know, but they don't know because they don't read. So now let's break this down, Lord willing. So what Yahweh Shai have taught me through the elders and apostles and the brothers of GMS. Let me start here first. I'm gonna start here. I'm gonna start in Job chapter 3. And I'm gonna just go straight to the point. This is this chapter here goes into Matter of fact, when you read from verse 1 going into what I'm going into, which is I'm gonna start at 17, but when you read this whole chapter here, right? These first parts here, all this go into your birthday, which is if you're celebrating your birthday, which is called your curse day. That's a curse day. We are cursed when we come here on earth. It's nothing to celebrate. That's the whole. When you read Job, that's why he hated that he came here. When the affliction started coming down on him, he hated it because in his mind he wanted to be brought back into the kingdom. He didn't want to come back and suffer the afflictions on this end. So Job is a story for us all as Lord willing, the hopeful elect and the trials and tribulation that we were going to go through on this end. But anyway, chapter 3, I'm gonna jump down here to verse 17. It says, let me just start here. It says, chapter 3, verse 17. There the wicked cease from troubling, and there the weary be at rest. Now, what is he talking about? The wicked cease from troubling, and there the weary be at rest. This is heaven. This is heaven. It says, and it's going to go into it. It says, there the prisoners rest together. They hear not the voice of the oppressors. See, the small and the great are there, and the servant is free from his master. So this is Job explaining, heaven, how it's like in heaven. And matter of fact, let me get it. I'm gonna get it in another translation, because these translations help open up your mind. You go into them. We'll go back to verse 16. This in the Good News translation. It says, or sleeping like a stillborn child. In the grave, the wicked people stop their evil. See, in the grave, the wicked people stop their evil, and tired workers find rest at last. Even prisoners enjoy peace, free from shouts and harsh commands. Everyone is there. The famous and the unknown, and slaves at last are free. So this is Job describing up there in heaven, because when you die, all go to one place, man. All go to one place. I don't care what your church pastors, your mamas, your grandmamas, your aunties, your uncles, because a lot of us come from, bishops and deacons, uncles and aunties, or daddies, what they call them, PPK kids, like pastor kids. We come from that background, and they swear up and down they teaching you and telling you right, and they're not. What's this? It's the same verse in the NLT. It says, why wasn't I buried like a stillborn child, like a baby who never lives to see the light? For in death the wicked cause no trouble. See, in death the wicked cause no trouble, because they're seized from it. Even the wicked, the Edomites, when they go to heaven, they're not doing any more wicked works. They're at peace. As long up there with us as well, they're at peace. Everybody, they're at peace, and ain't no craziness going on. They're all at peace. It says, for in death the wicked cause no trouble, and the weary are at rest. Even captives are at ease in death, where no guards to curse them. Rich and poor are both there, and the slave is free from his master. Right? So I thought that'd be very beautiful to bring out, but I know that's not enough. So let me get another one. And Lord willing, this is edifying. Where is it? Let's get Ecclesiastes. Let's get Ecclesiastes. I think it's in chapter 3. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 3, and this is Solomon, King Solomon. He said this, and it's beautiful. He said it, I think it's, verse 20. It says, all go unto one place. All are of the dust, and all turn to dust again. Who knoweth the spirit of man that goeth upward, and the spirit of the beast that goeth downward to the earth? So see, this even King Solomon, even explaining and telling you, hey, when we die, all go to one place. All go to one place. Because church and your 2/3 aunties and uncles and grandmom and grandpa, hey, they would swear up and down, no. It says in the Bible, if you sin, you're gonna go to hell. You can't, you're gonna go to hell, you're gonna burn. Like, no. Like, that's Jakes don't even understand, man. you're keeping you're keeping your own people captives. You're help, pushing Esau agenda. You're help making 2/3 more even bugged out, man. That's what these scriptures are for. These scriptures brings peace. It brings, life to your mind, because that's the whole difference. I mean, that's the whole difference from being, in this truth now that we have this truth, and then coming out of that Christianity mindset. When we all been there. When we was Christian, man, you couldn't say nothing. Man, I know the Lord. We was going to church on Sundays, thought it was fine too. Thought that was it. But now we understand there's more to that. And now we've been freed from the bondage of, the world and all these other philosophies that's out here that's killing and got Jake's bugged out, man. Because 2/3, like we say, they bugged out. But let's keep moving. Let's get I'm gonna get this too, just to prove that what I'm saying as well. Let's get this. Jonah chapter 2. It's in the Good News translation. This is going into Jonah when he was swallowed up by the whale. It says, from deep inside the fish, Jonah prayed to Yahweh, his power. In my distress, O Yahweh, I called to you and you answered me. From deep in the world of the dead, I cried for help and you heard me. You threw me down into the depths, to the very bottom of the sea, where the waters were all around me and all your mighty waves rolled over me. I thought I had been banished from your presence and would never see your holy temple again. The water came over me and choked me. The sea covered me completely, and the seaweed wrapped around my head. So, hey, this is affliction that he was saying that he was going through. Let me get it in the regular. Let me get it in the King James. He was going through being swallowed up in the that fish. It says that I'm gonna get it. This is in the King James. It says, then Jonah prayed unto Yahweh his God out of the fish belly and said, I cried by reason of my affliction. See, it's an affliction. Being here on earth, hey, this is affliction, because everything on this end, under the sun, right, where you play out your judgment under the sun, as it tells you in Ecclesiastes, as that's matter of fact, King Solomon, you play out your judgment, man. Going through all these different afflictions, your clothes being mixed, different fabrics, the food being polluted, got pork in everything, the air is defiled, the women defiled, the children defiled, the men defiled, everything is upside down on this end. This is true hell that we are in, because everything on this end goes against the laws and statutes and commandments, literally. But anyway, just going back into it, verse 2, and then he said, I cried by reason of my afflictions unto Yahweh, and he heard me. Out of the belly he cried, out of the belly of hell cried I, and thou heardest my voice. See, so out of the belly of hell, this ain't the belly of hell like Christian church. See, there's a belly of hell, there's a core to hell. No, man. No. This is right here is letting you know it's an affliction. It's an affliction that we go through. We all going through afflictions on this end, man. We're all going through the afflictions on this end. So, let's jump to the next one, man. Let's get this too. There's another good precept that, was beautiful that I had learned as well. Because it, like I said, it don't make sense when you sit in those churches, man. They bring no type of light to the scriptures, no type of way where you can understand. But right here, let's just use the New Testament, Matthew 5:19. It says, whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments and shall teach men, so he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. But whosoever shall do and teach them, the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven. So this is Yahweh Shai talking. He said, whoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments. So who was the commandments given to? Let me back that up. Let's get this. Let's get what is it? Because church tell you, oh, he died for the world. No. Who was the commandments given to? Exodus 34:27. And Yahweh said unto Moses, write thou these words, for after the tenor of these words I have made a covenant with thee and with Israel. right? So the covenant was made with Israel. The laws and statutes and commandments was given to the Hebrew Israelites. You blacks, Native Americans, Hispanics, Latinos, you Haitians, you speckled birds, we're talking to you. The covenant that Yahweh made was with Hebrew Israelites. So who are the only one on earth that can commit sin as far as breaking the commandments? The Hebrew Israelites. Now, going back to that. Now let's jump back to that Matthew. Matthew 5:19. So let's read it again. Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments and shall teach men so, he shall be called the least in the kingdom. So when you see 2/3 on this end, they're breaking the commandments, don't have no type of fear. They just living in their so-called mind and their world, and they're doing things on their end. Well, they're gonna come back through the hopeful elect in the kingdom to come here on earth, right? But they're gonna be considered least. They're gonna be least. Now, yeah, they're gonna be set up nice. They're gonna be better than your Jay-Z's, your P. Diddy's, and your Rockefeller and all them. But still, they're gonna be classified as least in the kingdom because remember, they broke the laws and statute commandments, and they didn't fear, and they didn't get saved up. They didn't get saved. I mean say saved up. But they didn't get beamed up on the chariot that first run, which is going to be when the nuclear missiles hit here. They didn't get beamed up. They all got hit with that nuclear missiles in that lake of fire. That's the lake of fire. But anyway, it says, but whosoever should do and teach them, the same shall be called great. So those that are keeping the laws and statute commandments, guess what? And they're teaching others. So, because now we do know this, the laws and statute commandments are not going to save you. And then we also know that you're not going to be able to keep all the laws and statute commandments. But at the end of the day, we was told to rehearse. So there are certain things that you can rehearse as men and as women, right? And as children as well. There's certain things on this end that we all can rehearse. So we're not going to be able to keep it to a T, but at the end of the day, put effort to rehearse. So, but it says the same that shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven. So those that are teaching and, teaching the truth, the 100% truth, trying their whole best to keep the law, statute, commandments, they're going to be called great in the kingdom. And the ones in this last sentence that's doing this is the hopeful elect and the unnumbered multitude right here. So let's go to another one. Let's get this as well. I want to bring this out as well. Just to show you, man. Ecclesiastes 12:7. Then shall the dust return to the earth as it was, and the spirit shall return unto God who gave it. So when you die, your body goes back to the earth the way it was, it was formed, right? And then your spirit shall return to God who gave it. So your spirit goes back to Yahweh Shem Shah who given it. Let's get another one. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 5, starting at verse 8. We are confident, I say, and willing rather to be absent from the body and to be present with the Lord. To be absent from the body, you are present with the Lord. When you die, the minute your spirit leave that body, you're right there in the presence of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. Literally, right there at the throne. It says, wherefore we labor that whether present or absent, we may be accepted of him. For we must all appear before the judgment seat of what? A Mashiach. It says Christ, but it was no C's. But this, when you see Christ, it's a Mashiach. It says that everyone may receive the things done in his body according to that he has done, whether it be good or bad. See, so if you die, because you got a lot of YouTube videos out there. Oh, I went to hell and I done came back and I got to tell you what I seen. Right here, this debunks everything I bought out debunks it, but this debunks that. To be absent from the body is present with the Lord, right? Then it says, for we must all appear before the judgment seat. So you going straight to the Father. And you got so many false YouTube videos out there. They died, and then next thing you know, they soul go under the ground, and they sit there and they hear screaming and yelling and all that. To be honest, those are a lot of that stuff is visions that Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, choose to show them. Them are visions. You're not about to go burn in the middle of the earth and you're gonna be tortured by demons. And no, we're doing that now. We're going through that now. When you wake up, your flesh goes against the spirit. It tells you that in Matthew's, 26 and 41, if I'm not mistaken. When you wake up, your flesh is boxing literally with your spirit every day. The minute you open your eyes, your flesh is boxing with your spirit. Because your flesh want to constantly do wrong, but your spirit wants to do what's right. That's why we need the new bodies. That's why we need Yahweh Shai. But it says, let me read this verse again. 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 10. For we must all appear before the judgment seat of Mashiach, that everyone may receive the things done in his body, according to that he have done, whether it be good or bad. Right. So you appear in front of Yahweh Shai. Then it tells you, you receive your judgment. Then it tells you in Exodus 34 and 7, you come back down through the seed line of your father or your child or your great-grandchild. You come back down and you play that judgment out under the sun, which is on earth. So you play that judgment out on earth. You play it out on earth. And just to prove that nothing is going off, because he said something else in that video that I wanted to tackle too, because he said, you're given a choice of free will. And we understand that there's no such thing. It doesn't exist. There's no such thing as free will. No such thing as free will. So, let me get a couple of those precepts and then we'll shut it down. But let's get that. Start with this one. Proverbs 20 and 24. Man's going are of the Lord. See, man's going are of Yahweh. It's all capital. Man's going are of Yahweh. How can a man then understand his own way? A man cannot understand his own way because it's not for him to understand. Whatever you doing on your day-to-day, how your life moving, how you going, is all of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Let me get let's get this. Let me get this, Romans. Let me get that Romans. Just to show you. These scriptures, man, when you put them all together, man, it should uplift your spirit that all this was designed by Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, man. All this, that we're all a part of his movie. Nothing is going off script. Romans 9 and 16. We start at 16. It says, so then it is not of him that willeth, nor of him that runneth, but of God that showeth mercy. For the scriptures say unto Pharaoh, even for this same purpose have I raised thee up, that I might show my power in thee, and that my name might be declared throughout all the earth. That's the whole purpose. Pharaoh his heart was hardened. Remember, his heart was hardened, but he told Moses to go there anyway. Moses like, you sending me to go, but you're going to harden his heart. Because as it says here, and he did that to show his great power and show his name. And that's another hit to the Hebrew Israelites that's out there. They teach most high Christ and blessed, or they still using Jesus Christ, are they using Yah, or what all these other names, man? No, you got to have the real name. You got to have the name. The name is Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. You got to have the name, man. Because like it says in the scripture, he did that for his namesake. That's why it tells you in Hosea 4 and 1. He's mad with the inhabitants of the earth because there's no truth. There's no fear of him on this earth. But see, now it's starting to be, but it's not into the high part yet. You get what I'm saying? But we are in the sorrow stages. But anyway, let me jump back into it. It says, verse 18, therefore have no mercy on whom he will have mercy, and whom he will harden. So he have mercy on who he have mercy on, and then who he hardened. That's not up to us. That's up to him. How your spirit was created, that's the way he wanted you. Verse 19, let me read it. Thou wilt say then unto me, why do he yet find fault? For who have resisted his will? And they're going into, hey, Jakes, when they hear about this truth, well, how like, for instance, I know for me, when I first woke up, I was with my ex, and I was explaining all this stuff, and she took it upon herself. Well, if that means if he created all things and everything going to his will, why you getting mad at me if I'm going off? Why that? And believe it or not, she was actually right, because the scriptures say marvel not. So, but at the same time, yeah, you still got to give the word, because at the end of the day, if you don't, that blood is on your own hand. So I still had to give the word, and that's what I did. But when Jace hear about this truth, well, you can't be mad at how he made me. It's not an excuse. You should want to fear and get in order and repent, so you won't be killed. Because it ain't gonna be no regular kill like how you see on this end. Jason, you see Jason on this end. Jason, they don't really fear death. They ride around with their blinkies all day, man. They ride around with their blinkies all day, and they don't care. And let you look at them wrong, or step on their shoes, or trying to I look contact at their girl, or she look at you. They gonna want to pull their blanket out on you and take your life. Anyway, it says, thou will say unto me, why do he yet find fault? For who have resisted his will? Nay, but, O man, who art thou that replies against God? Shall the thing formed say to him that formed it, why hast thou made me thus? Have not the potter power over the clay of the same lump to make one vessel unto honor and another unto dishonor? Right. You can't back talk Yahweh Shai, ask why he made you the way he made you. That's why we tell you, Jakes, out there, man, all the time. When you come back to your heritage, which being a Hebrew Israelite, and you been exposed to the truth, and you've been waking up, you got to pray that, Lord willing, you're been waking up for righteous sakes and not to be destroyed. Because you got Jace waking up to be destroyed, because the scriptures say, to who much is given, much is required. And those that knew, they're going to be beat with many stripes. So you got those that's been waking up, they'll bring in some of the hopeful elect, but then they get thrown out. Or you got those that wake up hearing the hopeful elect, come across the highways and hedges, they come across these video epistles, then they go back into the world, but then they can't say they didn't know. So then guess what? They was marked for what? Destruction. Every member, as we say all the time, man, everybody getting marked. All of us got cases on us, man, and there's no way out of it. Let me get this in another translation. I know I'm rambling a lot. Let me see what it's saying in Good News. Romans 9 and 16. So then everything depends not on what we humans want or do, but only on who? God's mercy. For the scriptures say to the king of Egypt, I made you king in order to use you to show my power and to spread my fame over the whole world. So then God has mercy on anyone he wishes. He makes stubborn anyone. There's no way out of it. If he's showing you mercy, he's gonna show you mercy. If he made your heart harden, he made your heart harden. If he blinds you and make this truth a stumbling block towards you, that's the way he made it. And there is no out of it. But you that's watching the video epistle, you that's listening, you got to repent, and you got to say, Thawari Habashan Shah, because he's allowing you to watch these videos epistles to learn, Lord willing, to keep you, to save you from yourself and save you from his wrath that he's getting ready to bring. It says, verse 19, but one of you will say to me, if this is so, how can God find fault with anyone? Who can resist God's will? But who are you, my friend, to talk back to God? A clay pot does not ask the man who made it, why did you make me like this? After all, the man who makes the pot has the right to use the clay as he wishes, and to make two pots for the same lump of clay, one for special occasions and the other for ordinary use. See, there's no out of this, man. Let me get into one more translation. I think it's in the NLT. Let me check out the NLT in this. This also dealing with the hell doctrine. If you was created to be wicked, you can't help that you're wicked. Because remember, Esau can't help that he's the tool of Yahweh Bashem Shai. He was created to be the wicked. He was created to be the end of nation. The rod and staff, the end of nation. It's in the NLT. It says, so it is God who decides to show mercy. We can neither choose it nor work for it. See, for the scriptures say that God told Pharaoh, I have appointed you for the very purpose of displaying my power in you and to spread my fame throughout the earth. So you see God chooses to show mercy to some, and he chooses to harden the hearts of others so they refuse to listen. See it? See there? It's not even up to you. Your life is not up to you. Your life is not your own. Free will does not exist. All of us are programmed. And if you want to say we're robots, yes, we are. Yeah, we're robots. To Yahweh Shah, we all are programmed. Even the wicked, all of us are programmed. We're all a part of his movie. That's why when you understand the script, that's why you're supposed to be repenting and putting off that old man and praying, fasting and praying, and pray that he have mercy upon you. Pray that you can endure. Let me get this, man. I get Corinthians. Yeah, I got Corinthians. Let me get this. It's another good scripture right here. Ecclesiastes 6:10. It's in the NLT. It says the future determined and unknown. See, everything has already been decided. It was known long ago what each person would be. So there's no use arguing with God about your destiny. See, everything has already been decided. It was known long ago what each person would be. See, Yahweh Shai, he knows the number of hair on your head. He knows everything. Why? He created you. He knew who you were when he put you in the womb of your mama. When he brought you back down through your uncle, your great uncle, your grandpappy, your little brother, or whoever. He knows. He created it. Hey, which goes back to Job. That's why Job said, curse the day that I was born, the day that I was in my mother's womb. Why he didn't kill me? Why didn't he make me a stillborn? Because he didn't want to come back during this time. He wanted to come back in the kingdom. He wanted to come back in the kingdom. He didn't want to come back during this time, man. Let me get another one here. Job 23:14. It says, so it's in the new NLT. It says, so he will do to me whatever he has planned. He controls my destiny. No wonder I am so terrified in his presence. When I think of it, terror grips me. See? No wonder. See? He does whatever he wants. Yahweh Shai, they do whatever they want. Whatever they want. It's already been written out. Everybody's lot has already been written out. Everybody's lot. So to say that, like how these Christians teach, you're going to die and you go to hell, when you can't help how you was created, you had no involvement in that. Everyone on this earth, even to the animals, everybody have a role to play. We're all a part of a Yahweh Shai movie, man. And there is no out of that. There's no out of that. Let me get this last one, and we can close it down. Lord willing, this was edifying. This is Isaiah 46:10 in the NLT. Only I can tell you the future before it even happens. Everything I plan will come to pass, for I do whatever I wish. So now, Lord willing, I pray this video was edifying so you will understand that, hey, this is all a part of Yahweh Shai movie. He does what he wishes. He's not about to kill you and put you under the earth, and now you're being tortured by the spiritual demon Satan, which is his son. Tells you that in Job chapter 2. You can go read it on your own time. Satan works for Yahweh Shai. He don't do his own will, but church will tell you he does his own will. He got kicked out of heaven. He was a musician. That crap is not real, man. That's dogma. that was brainwashed and pushed on our people to keep them in a delusional state. You know? So now, Lord willing, you understand, hey man, hell, what the church have taught, hey, that crap is not real. That crap is not real. This here, no. What you see on your screen, man. Now, yeah, this can be shown to you. However he chooses to show you a vision or put you in a dream to fear, to make you fear. Yeah, that's up to you. How about you shot? But as far as you die and you're gonna go in the middle of the earth to the core of the earth and be tortured, no, man, it don't exist. We're being tortured already as it is here on earth by Esau and these other nations. Everything goes against us, man. They hate us on this earth. They hate the Hebrew Israelite men. They hate all of us, but definitely Hebrew Israelite men. They hate us, man. They hate us because they already know once Yahweh Shah start dealing with us, giving us this truth, and it start coming out of our mouth, it goes against their wicked agenda. And that's why they're getting ready to come after us. So, Lord willing, you was edified, with this video. I pray that you was able to understand what was brought out tonight. Hell is not real. # stop it. Get some help, man. So pray to Yahweh Shah to increase your understanding, to give you understanding, to understand what you heard in the videos. If you got a pen and paper, pause the video and write down the precepts, and go back and study it for yourself. But Lord willing, is edifying. May the blessing lesson be upon your household. Until then, Shalom.